Hey there everyone, my name is Bucky Shopner from the Guys Who Play Games. And we're kinda back with some more Diablo 2, I guess Resurrected, or just Diablo 2 in general. It doesn't really matter whether it's the game, you know. So, my last two projects were, I did a D2 rando, and then I just kind of played through Resurrected with a barb. And what I'm doing right now is kind of a mix of both of those, because I actually was doing kind of like, I don't know if you'd call it a sequel, but I was doing like another rando run of D2, right? And it just so happened that right when I started doing it, right, like I realized like, oh yeah, right. So a new randomizer actually came out. It's not exactly the same as the other one. A lot of the things are a little different here and there, but like the big thing though is that it actually works with the remake. And as a result, I'm going to play as a druid, and I'm going to go through the game. We're going to call you Lloyd. And we're going to play through, well, because, like, why not? I got through, like, half of Act 1, and then I was just like, I knew that this existed, but I was just like, eh.
Hi there.
I don't know, I didn't feel like it at first, and now I'm just immediately like, you know what, screw it. Why not, you know what I mean? It's easy to record this over the original game anyways, because the original game you have to record in a window because let me check to make sure my controller is set up. The original game you have to record in a window because full screen works differently, so it like kind of breaks it. But I mean, technically speaking, I can always just play through this and just decide, hey, what the? I didn't set it up, did I? I did that thing where I was like, oh yeah, I did the legacy toggle, and then I didn't actually apply it because I saved the custom defaults. Oh, here you go, there you go. That's how you do that. Now we can play it in OG, and the OG in this one looks a little different than the way I can actually record it. I'm not sure if that's because it emulates differently, or if it emulates wrong, or if it emulates right. It's hard to say. We'll probably be a bit more frivolous about mixing about. So this randomizer comes with a couple new things, but a big, oh my god, really? So a big thing that's new for it that over the other one is that you can actually randomize what monsters show up where. In this case, we seem to have randomized into a bunch of cows showing up, which is kind of funny. This is kind of appropriate in a weird way. And as you can imagine, based on the fact that they aren't killing me, they are in fact scaled to the area. They scale pretty well. The only thing I think that doesn't really scale, more or less, is that I believe it still uses, like, they still have like their resistances and whatchamacallit, like how big of the packs they show up in are still the same as like their vanilla monster, I'm pretty sure. Don't think that's an option to change, unfortunately. 10 to mana, not bad. This randomizer has some other things. I mean, it comes with quality of life stuff, like now I have 50 keys. The 50 key thing isn't necessarily like even like a thing. It's kind of just there to be like, hey, just making sure this rando works. I mean, also I start with a cube, but the key is like just like a default, like, yeah, you start with key just to make sure it actually works. It actually comes with a bunch of cool stuff, like you can actually like randomize your skills. It can't give other classes different like skills from other classes, mind you, but it can shuffle yours around and like give them like different like elements, and like maybe they scaled in like different like synergies, I think. Hoo-wee. Yeah, there's just a regular quill rat though. That's kind of funny. That's like vanilla as fuck. The nice thing about being able to do this is that I can have auto goat pickup, which was nice. The other rando actually has an option now that to compensate for that, they just make it so there's an option that makes it so that gold drops way less often, and in exchange it drops generally stronger, like more amounts of gold when it does. Also, this is, I mean, that's not vanilla, but it's funny how similar that is. Hit me with that Wendigo. Okay, this is... Oh, God. Oh, the holy moly! Another a cool option too is that you can increase the variety of monsters too. So I think I have it set up so there's 5 monsters in every area. Whereas by default, I think it's funny that you can do it per area, like it's set up like that. But the vanilla game, I think, only ever has 3. I think at all times it never goes higher than 3. Maybe in Act 5 it might go to like 4 or 5 or something like that. But I'm pretty sure, for the most part, it never really goes very high. Holy moly! This is the only problem with I have a double density on, so. That's pretty cool, but it also means, you know, you get kind of gangbanged if you're not careful. There's my first level. That's what we need. Holy moly, let's get the hell out of here. I didn't find the cave, unfortunately, which is a shame, but that's fine. Because, we got some stats. Yeah, early on you should put into Vitality. So the reason I picked the Druid is just because I feel like... It's kind of a similar reason for the assassin, really, but it's like he's a good jack of all trades character. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of funny that they like one of the new characters they added for the expansion, which you know obviously is way after the fact of the original game. This guy is basically just a huge jack of all trades. Like you'd think like that'd be vanilla. Oh yeah, also it can randomize the jewels. Look at this, the gems. Holy crap. I could put this into this thing right here and get a 100% chance of open wounds. Should I do that? That's kind of funny, actually. You know what? Just for now. I mean, it gives me some life, too, and, like, other stuff. But that's kind of a funny thing to have this early on. I think, open wounds damage is based on your level, so it's actually not going to do very much, but... It's funny that I can get it this early. So there are a lot of little differences between the two different randomizers. A big thing is that the randomizer, the old one, actually has an option to like just turn on no drop at them right now. It's like you can just make it so that everything drops items guaranteed. This you can't hard set no drop on. You can make it so the chance of everything dropping is very high. Or I guess you could say the chance of no drop is very low, but you can't make it 0 in this randomizer. So there will sometimes not drop stuff. It's not a big deal. It's a pretty small difference, to be honest. But it does exist. I guess we'll go this way. It's pretty rare, actually, for the 2 paths to diverge so much, I feel like. Oh, did I just accidentally clicked W, didn't I? Yep. Let me just do that. It is nice to play on this version though, because like I said, you have to play windowed on the original because it doesn't record well, and playing on windowed in that version is kind of wonky at times. Okay, so normally this doesn't happen, but I think these guys are actually a fucking exception. They're way stronger than intended, which is kind of funny actually. Get me the hell out of there.
So, this is where
oh hey, bugs. This is gonna be interesting because you know the funny thing is usually the most annoying thing about this area is that you know you have to deal with fallen dudes getting resurrected if you're not paying attention. But that's not gonna happen because there aren't gonna be any fallen in here. The funny thing is I can pretty much one-tap all these guys because even if they don't die from one hit, as soon as I actually like whack them, the open wounds will kill them. Because apparently open wounds scales pretty good at the start. Although, geez, yeah, this place is scary. Can I pick up you? This might be a good idea to do early on. Like, is this... Oh, it's level 5? Fuck. Man, they're gangbanging me. Get out, wait for me. Yeah, I actually set it up so a cool thing is you can scale monsters too. And I actually made it so that I kept them most of the same, but I did make it so every monster has a little bit less defense and attack rating. Go in! Oh my god, what happened? Why did this only take 10 trillion damage? I leveled up too. Jesus Christ, dude. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Can you get off of me, dude? Wow, this is rough. This is way harder than the other one I just did. That's for sure. And that's, I get, like, that is insane. It's because they're using a stupid skill that does 10 drilling damage to me. Well, this is gonna be an interesting run, ain't it? This is already going a lot clunkier, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but ooh. I guess I'll sell you. I kind of need money to do anything. It'd be nice to get some money. Everything sells for crap right now. Honestly, just sell that for the money. Because big thing I can do. I need more stats, though. Ugh. This is rough. And the 5,000 money is nice early on, though. I guess I'll just go into lycanthropy for now. You know, lycanthropy is one of those skills where... this is kind of a consistent problem in this game, I think. It's one of the few things that's like... You don't really think about it because it ultimately doesn't really matter, but it is something to note that... a lot of skills in this game have, like, durations. But... like, the durations tend to not really matter, if that makes sense. Actually, that's pretty nice. Like, lycanthropy especially is a good example of this, where very quickly, like, you end up with durations of, like, put in a couple points, you end up with, like, a duration of, like, 5 minutes, and it's like, holy crap, you know what I mean? Like, if any fight, singular encounter is ever taking more than 5 minutes, it's like, what are you doing, man? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of bizarre, and, like, there's lots of cases like this. The sorceress, I think, in particular, is a really bad example of this, because she has, like how many, like, all of her armors, her blaze, her enchant at least makes sense, because, you know, obviously the fact that you can cast it on many people and not just yourself, so it kind of, if it lasted only like a little bit, it'd be kind of annoying, because you'd be doing nothing but just constantly casting on people, especially if you had like a big group of like someone playing with like a necromancer or something. It's like, geez, you know what I mean? But stuff like the frozen armors, I feel like don't really have a good excuse, because very quickly those end up lasting like, you know, like 10 minutes, and it's like, what the hell? Like, when are you ever gonna run out of time? You know what I mean? Oh, there's a Venom Lord, hey? Whew. This place is rough. Okay, yeah, these guys are numero uno, because, yeah, I forgot. Their skill is insane in certain situations. I forget how it works, but it's like, there's something weird. It kind of works with, like, the way other skills work of its type, where, like, sometimes it just does way more damage, because it'll suddenly, like, multi-hit you. And I'm not totally sure how that works. It's like if multiple of them hit you at the same time, they kind of start... I think that's how it works. If several of them start hitting you at the same time... Wow, I'm like one-tapping to this. Kind of awesome, but... if several of them hit you at the same time, it, like, kind of, like, stacks, basically. Like, I think that's actually how it works. Jeez. That sounds about right, yeah. Surely that's how that works, right? Am I crazy? That sounds about right, yeah. So I think that's what it is, because it's like, there's like a, you know, if you played this game, you know about, there's like a thing called next hit delay or whatever, depending on what you want to call it, but next hit delay is basically every time something that has next hit delay hits you, you can't be hit by anything, you know, for a certain period of time. And that's how, you know, a lot of skills like that work. But there's a couple of skills that actually kind of work like that, but don't use the same mechanics. I think the druid actually has one. The fissure is the same thing, where rather than being next hit, it just like specifically can't hit the same monster, or like it, like, I don't remember exactly how it works, but it's like there's like a delay to, I think what it is that it can't hit the same monster for a certain period of time, but if you hit enough monsters, the game kind of can't keep track. It's like if you fissure a big group of enemies, for example, it'll like multi-hit them all way faster than usual. I think it works the same way with these guys, basically. I think that's what's happening. Jeez, this area is rough, though. I was not expecting it to be this bad. Especially because even when I, like, just the one guy, like, they do so much more damage than everything else. Like, jeez. At least they're making good levels, but this is going to take a while. I kind of want to do this now. I might take a break from the Den of Evil. Which is kind of a funny thing to say, because this is nasty. There you go. At least I can one-tap pretty much everything right now. It's just, it shows how slow mailing can be. Oh, I got a rare javelin. Maybe that'll be good. Alright, that's the thing. It could be some insane item. I guess let's pick up bolts, because they one of the things is that those stack to 500 now, so they might actually sell for more? I actually don't know about that. I'm gonna put some points into strength, because Druid's base strength is low enough that it actually does kind of matter. There will be a lot of stuff early on you just kind of can't use, because you just have so little. Oh yeah, look at that. I miss out on the open wounds in Big Life, but I've been hitting them a lot more, and it actually makes me block, and I hit way faster, which would be kind of nice. Yeah, we're gonna get a tomb going. Should I use this? Because the funny thing is that extra life I'm getting from that ruby I just randomly dumped in is actually kind of putting in work. But this is like attacking way faster, I think. Maybe? Actually, honestly, let's get an example of that. Not really. It is definitely faster, but like I don't one-tap them because of no open wounds, so it's not that big a deal. They still drop Superman potions too, because that's funny. The game actually, I wonder if that's just because that's just how it is. Like the game has, if you ever looked into it, the game actually has like a lot of like sanity checks when it comes to certain things. In particular, for a lot of like treasure classes and stuff that monsters drop, where they're specifically set up so that they can't just drop anything, even if you like set them up. If they're too low level, right, they can't just drop the best items in the game, even if you tell them to. Because the game actually has a lot of like auto treasure classes, is what they are generally called, I think. Where, yeah, it's like they're basically like, instead of dropping anything specific, they just have like a bunch of things that they're told like these are things that can drop, and they just kind of look through a list of that. I guess. So the funny thing is you can tell how it works because like you can see like magic damage reduced by 1. This is called Thorns. This one also has magic damage reduced by 1, and it's also called Thorns. So it just changed the Thorns affix to magic damage reduced by 1. Because that's kind of a nice thing with this mod, is that you can randomize like all the affixes and stuff too. Plus 10 to strength early on is kind of nice, but also like not really. I did a like test randomizer of this earlier, and it was definitely not nearly as insane as this, and it also gave me like insane stuff to start with, because I kind of maybe like over-tuned it a bit, so it was giving me like stuff that it was like a bunch of stuff in here that was like, yeah, just do 10 to 12 cold damage to start with. Like, oh, okay. All resistance is 10 is nice. That's an affix you rarely see. Hey, attacker takes lightning damage. I don't think that even spawns naturally in the vanilla game. It only ever spawns on like the off the top of my head. I know Ice and Heart's parry has that. You know, 5% chance to cast level 3 lightning this early on is actually probably like a big deal, but that's also a lot of money. We'll just go with this for now. just because that gives me some extra mana. And the attacker takes damage 1, it actually does something this early on, even if it is just 1 measly damage. Holy moly, holy moly, dude! And the funny thing is, you know what? Should I buy this? It would be kind of funny. You know what? I will. Because it's level 5. What am I, level 4 right now? Yeah. I'll keep this in here for a sec. Because I can totally use that, which is the funny thing. Because one of the cool things, I don't know if it's cool is the right word, but one of the funny little quirks with the druid is that, like, compared to stuff like with, say, a throwing potion, right? I can't use a throwing potion when I'm transformed because, you know, that's just not a thing the druid can do. However, that's because, you know, like when you're using a throwing potion, right, you're not attacking with it, right? You're using the throw command, which is, you know, a totally different thing. Whereas with, say, a bow and arrow, you are just using the attack command. It's just, it's like special because you need arrows and stuff and whatnot. But because you are just regular attacking, the druid can actually just attack with a bow. And this isn't even something that's like unintended, because they actually specifically have a special setting for the druid that tells him if he's transformed, then even if he's using a bow, he still goes and punches them. So like, it is completely intended, because they even set it up so that you like, it works right. Because if they didn't want you to do that, they could have totally just made it so you couldn't do that. They already like kind of did that. They just did it in a way that's actually kind of cool, which I kind of appreciate. Ooh-wee. Well, this is fine. It's literally just the stupid vine dudes. If the vine dudes are there, they're nasty. Everything else doesn't do that much damage to me. This is going to take a lot longer than I was expecting, because this is packed. Because it's using, like I said, right? It's like the same density as like these enemies would be when I encounter them normally, right? It's like the fetish packs are kind of huge. Ooh, that's nice. That's probably like a one-shot this early. Kind of funny, a lot of stuff is like that. Well, it is what it is, you know. I will meet my maker. It's probably, the funny thing is, it'll probably end up being easier later on because I'll get tinier packs because of that. It is nice to see the variety, though. Like, you know, that's kind of the funny thing that's cool about this. You know, when do you see these kind of monsters together? I say, but the Flesh Lords, or the, you know, the Mama dudes actually do show up alongside the Venom Lords. So it's not a great example, but you know, it is what it is, as it is. Nice well. Oh god, look at this group. Okay, back off. Because the thing that's scary about them is not only are they ranged and do a ton of damage, but because they're ranged, they'll just like stay way in the back while every other monster sprints full force to thrust themselves into my face and do nothing to me but just block. Essentially is what will happen. Because the damage they do does not matter. But these guys do a ton. And like every time I get over there, the stupid Venom Lords block me, so there's nothing I can do. I have to like slowly go in and out so I can finally get to them. Although all things considered, it could be worse. Now that I kind of got a hankering for it. Bolted armor, Magic boots. I guess I'll pick those up. Just pick up everything early on, because you never know when I might just randomly see something that's insane. Yeah, I guess I'll go back. There's one of the things that's part of this is, you might have noticed that some of the names are black now, because there's actually a filter that you can turn on for, like, you can customize it. And I have it basically set up so that just the worst items will show up as black, so I know, like, I don't really have to worry about picking them up. Cap of self-repair, but it's ethereal and doesn't actually self-repair, and that's funny. Sure, you know what, this early on, damage reduced by 1, that's a godsend. I'm seeing a lot of quilted armor of thorns. Ethereal, blah blah blah, who cares? All resistances and some max damage, why not? And a level 1 Frost Nova? Maybe I'll use that. I'm almost level 5. Oh, be right back. Alright, we're back. Den of evil, more like den of bullshit. Jeez. This sucks. Well, I did this to myself, so what am I gonna say? Because my first rando run I did it yesterday even. It was on the old version, and yeah, it definitely wasn't anywhere near as bad as this. Oh my god, look at them all. The worst part is it's like the spammiest monsters too. It's these stupid mama dudes that just spawn worms to get in the way. It's like the optimally annoying thing to encounter in the Den of Evil. It's actually kind of wild. Alright. At least nothing's getting resurrected. Will we? The druid is, I don't know if I'd call him interesting is the right word. I say it all the time, man, don't I? Like I was saying, he's kind of this weird jack-of-all-trades character. But, like, he's kind of both simultaneously a jack-of-all-trades that's good at everything, but also he kind of sucks at everything, if you get what I mean. Like, he has a couple things that he is just a better version of than other characters, but then a lot of his stuff is just terrible. Like, the spirits is a good example of this, where 2 of his, like, buff spirits are actually, like, really good. And then the level 31 is the one that's just terrible. Because they decided to make it a Thorns one, which is like, okay. But then they made it so its damage is way lower than, like, it really needs to be. Not to mention that he's an expansion character, so he comes after, you know, the game got made way harder. And the life totals of, you know, most monsters went way up. And yet they still gave him the Thorns spirit, where, like, its Thorns is basically worse than the Paladins at, like, max level. It's, like, worse than, like, a level 1's. It's actually ridiculous how weak it is. It does not scale at all. It's actually, like, much better than it used to be, because they actually changed it to be flat damage, which I kind of get. It makes sense. Although I think they kind of went a little hard on this, because they went from all the types of thorns are damage reflection percentage to all the types of thorns are just you take flat damage, and like it's almost everything is like that now. I don't think Iron Maiden is like that, and I think that's the only exception. I think that's the only one that didn't change at some point. Ooey mooey. Necromancer really has always been my go-to character for this game. At least when I was younger. When I was younger, it was literally just, you know, game starts, I pick Necromancer. And then, you know, I beat the game. And then I quit the game, and then I start over and I play Necromancer again, you know what I mean? This is just how I go to. I've definitely fleshed out a lot more over the years. I've played every character at least a little bit now. I still do kind of get inclined to go for Necroman, because, you know, how can I turn him down, you know? I really do love how unique... I mean, I don't even know, because I haven't played a lot of other Arbas. All I've ever played, other than Diablo 2 and Diablo 1, I guess Diablo 3, is a Torchlight, which is a very good game on its own, but, you know, it's kind of trying to be Diablo, but it's very much its own thing. It's not really all that similar. But yeah, like, oh wow, that didn't even hit him. That's kind of funny. But like, I don't know, like I said, since I haven't played a lot of other Arbas, I wouldn't really know, but...
Is that all of them?
Like... Even just, for example, in Diablo 3, right? In Diablo 3, all the summons in that game feel less like their own little summon, and more just like... They're kind of just extensions of the character. They have attacks, they do, but like, they don't really have health or anything. Like, they kind of do, but I think even that got like toned down eventually. Wow. Holy moly. It's pretty good. And it has the lightning. Hell yeah. That's pretty cool. So what is this? I mean, if it's in a shield, it's cool. This is no biggie. No whammy, no whammy. Wow! Reese's Puffs. I don't know. Should I try to find a shield? I mean, I guess I actually, you know, now that I think about it, no. I don't need to, because, I got this. This sucker. 25 to 75 cold damage. I think I'm going to be one-shotting everything for a while.
Good to see you.
Like, I kind of already have been, but, like, now I'm really going to be one-shotting them. Although my life goes down a lot, so I think I'll put it in the backup just in case. Yeah, we'll just buy some arrows and call it there. +2 to corpse exposure. That's a cool option. I think that's even in the old one, but it's included here too, where you can have an option to basically make it so that there are no like class skills. It is just O skills, so I don't have to worry about like, oh, you know, whatchamacallit, like I can use any skill that'll show up. I don't have to worry about that. And that's a lot of money. I'll sell it. No worries. It is kind of funny to be a bow dude now, but I'm gonna be still whacking stuff. It is cool that it's like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I do think it's cool that they didn't like go the route of just make it so you can't. They were just like, nah, fuck it. You can just kind of can. You know what I mean? Oh, I still have a skill, right?
Good day.
Because the reason I picked the druid is because he has a whole class dedicated to just like melee attacks. But it's like they're fun melee attacks, so I don't have to worry too much if I don't get too many good weapons. And I can always like, you know, if things get bad enough, which I doubt they will, because I've already gotten some crazy stuff. But you know, you have summoning and elemental to fall back into. Like yeah, like his elemental skills are like super like what's the word, like polarizing. Yeah, that's what it is, because it's like half, like some of them like the windy side is like really good for the most part, other than the Arctic Blast is really bad. But like Tornado, Hurricane, and even Twister and Cyclone Armor are really good. But then the fire side is like super like hit or miss. Like Firestorm and Molten Bolden can be good if you like use them very specifically, but they're hard to use and not really super strong. Like even Fissure is Fissure is like the best one, because it has, like I said, if you cast Fissure on a big group of monsters, right, it'll start doing crazy damage. But like Volcano is like clunky as hell to actually use. I guess just put more Lycanthropy. It's literally more health, you know. That's never wrong. But like yeah, like Volcano is like janky as hell to use, because it feels like half the time it doesn't. It feels like it doesn't really work the way it's supposed to. But yeah, these guys are all gonna die in one hit. And the best part is when you punch them, I don't actually use the arrow. I think you need the arrows though. Yeah, that's another funny quirk of it. You actually specifically do in fact need the arrows, even though you don't use them. Oh hey, these guys are fun. They will die instantly, like everything else. You can see that the little numbers next thing, that's actually what the item level is. So you can actually see item level in this game, which is kind of nice. Alrighty, so... And then Armageddon is just, like... Armageddon can be good, but once again, it's like, it's a skill that you have, like, little to no control over. It's just, you cast it and you run around and you just kind of hope it hits the dudes you want it to hit. Is this Stony Field? Nope, we're good. We in the Burial Grounds. Oh hey, Astral Rogues. Imagine that. That actually makes sense. That was kind of funny that she's like, Blood Raven's like the captain of these rogues, and then like her area is one of the very few that doesn't actually have rogues in it, because she's like a summoner, I guess. Which does make sense in some regards, but it feels like it would have made sense for her to at least have some rogues with her alongside the undead army. But I guess, you know, she's already one of the stronger monsters early on, right? I don't think that's gonna be an issue. Actually, I wonder, is she gonna summon zombies? Hey, look, a Stygian doll, dude. These guys, I don't think even show up in vanilla. I think they're unused. Because I don't think Stygian dolls show up at all in the base game. They're like just a variant that just happens to not show up. No, they seem to be just as strong as ever. Oh, dude! Oh, okay, that's cool. So, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before. Bloodraven spawns with a random bow. That's like a unique thing for her. That she was the only boss. She's the only boss that does that in the vanilla game. Until expansion, you know, added the barb dudes also do that. But because she actually spawns, you know, with a random thing, she got like some crazy stuff on it because of the randomizer, which is kind of hilarious. Which, now that I think about that, makes me scared of the barbs we're going to fight later on, because they're going to have random stuff too. And that's going to get kind of nutty. Because they're going to be much higher level, so they're actually going to have a variety of stuff. Yeah, okay. Attacker takes lightning damage of 14. That's pretty good, but like, eh. Actually, thinking about it, why did I sell that? I'm going to get the rogue in a second hand. She's actually going to be useful for that, because one of the biggest weaknesses she has, the rogue merc has early on, is that she's kind of frail. She only has 50 life to start with, right? But everything dies the second they hit her. And it's not a big deal. She's level 4? I'm level 5? Fuck. Dang. Well. I guess I should try to give her something, because mercs are going to be fun in this too, because I'll be able to give them some crazy ass weapons if I get lucky. Man, it's really like in corpse explosion and stuff, huh? Let's see. I wish I was a necromancer. Jeez, everything's giving necro skills. Look how much that costs, though. Holy moly. That's level 7. I mean, I'll buy that because I'll give that to her, because why not? But until then, I kind of SOL. Because getting her from level 4 to level 7 is going to be an ordeal. Although I guess that's not that big a deal, because I can just buy another one if need be. None of the belts have been particularly special, but, you know, maybe. I guess for now, I'll just give her this. It's better than nothing, and if I get, you know, jewels.
I'll put that to good use.
Good day.
I don't know if you can hear that. The dogs are having a, you know, a little fun fight over in the corner. Which, for them, means kind of sounding like they're snarling at each other and, like, doing all the fun. What do you mean you can't? Oh, right. The quirk of you can't socket a merc's weapon when they're still holding it because, you know, God forbid you do that. One of them funny little Diablo 2 quirks. Alright, so now we're gonna go right. Oh yeah, I guess I can use the bow like normal, which is kind of a fun feature of this too. I immediately leveled up, of course. Wow, look at this stuff. I'm already out of room because I didn't put those in the thing. That was stupid of me. Oh, I did get an emerald. What is this? Absolutely nothing. Jack squat. Well, we'll go back quickly. Just pop this in here for now. She can't use them for a while, anyways. Pop up your strength a bit more. Now I should be able to pretty much use just about anything. I guess I'll get the wolf. That seems like a good idea early on. Yeah, she has more life than me at the moment, which is kind of funny. So I don't think I have to worry about undying, at least. Because I guess they got buffed. Yeah, he does cold damage too, right? Wolves got buffed a lot. So that'll be nice. Right, because they didn't used to do cold damage. Wow, man. Look at all this necromancer's skill levels. That's good for money, too, which is funny. 3 to Raven? I mean, you know what? Early on, why in the hell not? It's kind of cool to have a thing like that. That's just, like, for me, you know what I mean? Because the Ravens actually do a pretty good amount of damage. Yeah, why not? That'll pretty much be one-shotting stuff. That's early game in a nutshell. Is you get so much random stuff that's like, yeah, that'll let me one-shot stuff, you know, no big deal. I should have taken the TP, but whatever. I guess it's there now if I need it. It's not exactly a long walk. I should be running around transformed anyways, because I think the wolf, yeah, he has a max stamina bonus. I think that max stamina bonus isn't mentioned in the original game. I think it took until remaster to actually show that. I want to say. Yeah, the 4 ravens will be nice to just peck stuff. You know what? Our kill ability is going up a lot. Look at that. Yeah, kill them all, I say. That's awesome. Alright, we're doing better now. Holy moly, that was like the longest Den of Evil I think I've ever had. That was like 20 minutes of just like slowly whacking stuff. This is the one problem with the density, so especially early on, is like, man, there really isn't much to it. I can't really do much. And I mean, that's because in vanilla, obviously, that's why there isn't a ton of enemies early on, because they knew. It's kind of just an unfortunate side effect of this. Normally doesn't scale so hard. Can we at least get to this? I'm just gonna start running by stuff again. Fuck 'em. My ravens have disappeared. Okay, we're in the stony field. I'm gonna whack all y'all. I'm getting blocked because I hate shields. Alright, hey, a wolf head. Why not?
I can't carry anymore.
And yeah, I love that it shows that in the stupid game thing. I'm not sure if you can even turn that off. I don't remember if you can. Because I feel like every time I think to actually, like, I think like, oh, I should check if you can turn it off, and then I just like forget to. Alright. One light areas, whatever. It's free. Oof. I say oof, but not really. All damage reduced by 1 max damage. Faster hit recovery is actually kind of nice for it, because normally they kind of suffer. I feel like a lot of mercs actually tend to have bad hit recovery frames. Like the Act 32 merc is kind of infamous for this. That's like one of his worst traits. Take the mana off. I don't need that mana right now. 20% faster cast rate. A lot of resistances, but the damage is shit, which kind of sucks for a weapon. You know what I mean? It's a pretty common thing, actually. I feel like there's a lot of things that can spawn on weapons that aren't really useful for weapons. Like, the game is very defensive oriented in a lot of regards. That is true, though. It really is true, though. Like, thinking about, like, it's funny. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter lately, and that game is like super offensive focused. Like, there are a lot of defensive skills, and they're good, but like, you don't need them. You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like with Diablo 2, it's like one of the biggest things that'll always kill you in Diablo is that you will get surrounded by a group of monsters, and you will get stuck, and they will just stun lock you to death. And that doesn't really happen in Monster Hunter, which is probably a big reason why it's not as big of an issue. Like, a monster can stun lock you, and they certainly can stun lock you to death if you're not careful. But like, it's not the same thing, because it's like in Diablo 2, it'll happen in an instant. You know, you'll just suddenly be surrounded and you're just dead instantly, basically. Whereas with Monster Hunter, that's not really a thing. But you can sometimes just get ganked, but it takes a while for it to actually happen. You know what I mean? Like, it happens over the course of some time, so you can at least kind of react to it. This game is very much just like, no, you'll get surrounded by a bunch of monsters and you're just dead. Oh, more cows? Damn. I guess that confirms it can randomize the same monster into multiple areas, because cows have already shown up twice, because of course. Kind of an appropriate monster to show up, though, so it's kind of funny. I guess we're going back to town. I've been going back to town so much. Holy moly. It's because I don't, like, I'm in this weird spot where I don't necessarily have great stuff yet. It's weird. Oh, here's a fun thing. So, see how Spirit Wolf says 25% attack rating? Even in the original game. Or actually, is that true? No, because I think in the original game it just doesn't show what these things do at all. But it says percent attack rating. That's a lie. It is actually flat attack rating. It is just a flat attack boost. But for some reason, that's what they show. It's just wrong. I don't know why it's wrong, but you know, it is what it is, as they always say. Anyways, we've got Oak Sage, which is kind of handy because it gives us some nice fat life. Okay, so oh, I already got this. That looks almost vanilla. It's just like swapped around a little bit, and it's also kind of trash. Like this one's better because look at that 20 to life, and it also adds cold damage. Yeah, well, you know what? Hey, wham bam, thank you, man. That makes her a little stronger. Good enough for me. All right, so another ring. Hey, that's actually not that good. If I was a barb, I'd use it. But why not? Oh, hey, here's our first Crush Flange. Crush Flange is an awesome weapon in vanilla. Here it's just like meh. I guess the once again, if I was a barb, they would have war cries. That'd be cool, I guess. War cries aren't really useful early on, is the thing, though. Once again, great resistances, but I don't care about resistances. Fireball hasn't been particularly useful, so I think I'll swap it up for this. Magic damage reduced by 3, it's nice. Early on, like I always say. Damage reduction is super underrated in vanilla. It's actually a super strong stat if you can stack enough of it. Because like with a lot of stuff, because it reduces damage, essentially as you get more and more, you know, physical damage, magic damage reduced, it gets stronger relatively because it, you know, reduces relatively more damage, essentially. And so it just gets slowly stronger and stronger, which is kind of an interesting thing, right? Every point of resistance, for example, right? I've said this probably a million times, but yeah. Every point of resistance you get is stronger than the last because it slowly gets better and better. Also, did I forget to check the cube? I sure did. Oh well. You know, the funny thing, when I was doing my rando run, I got the shortest possible path from the entrance of this place to the cave, which actually meant that I ended up with a situation where, because of that, I had to actually spend some time looking around for where the freaking whatchamacallit, where the stupid like portal to to Tristram was. Because really, you know, if you don't know, it's pretty obvious if you play the game for a decent amount of time. But the whatchamacallit, the obelisks that show up they always spawn near the path, if possible. And the thing is that sometimes if you get the shortest possible path, they actually cannot spawn near the path because there's just no room for it. So if that happens, then it'll just spawn kind of somewhere random. This doesn't look like the shortest possible path, so it should show up. It shows up right by the cave entrance, actually. I'm just gonna shoot a bow, because I don't need it. I have plenty of ammo, so why not? Kill him! And the wolf is a tank right now. Look at how much he's tanking. Especially because, like, is that a cudgel? Isn't that an exceptional item? Am I crazy? That's linked mail. What?
Impossible.
Uh-huh. That's interesting. Apparently you can get items this early on that are just exceptional tier. That's interesting. What should I put points into? I'm not sure what skills I want. I'm thinking I usually go werewolf, and I feel like with the randomizer being biased towards the kind of weapons you got, I feel like werewolf will be better. But werebear might just be more interesting because, like, I don't usually use werebear. I feel like this early on, I don't want to like commit to that, so I'm not going to just yet. But I will put a point, I guess. Like, I might as well just pop a point in there. It's not like I'm doing anything else. poisoners, who cares? Tag rain, who cares? All resistances, who cares? Cool ring. More necromancy skills. I'm gonna sell this even though it's not bad just because like it's really good money. Who cares? Who cares? Wow, so many necromancy skills, and it gives me like every time it shows up it gives me some sweet damage or like some sweet moolah. I can use this too. Yeah, that is the exceptional item, and I can even use it. Although it's level 15, so I can't actually use it, which is funny, but yeah. I mean, I guess to be fair, cudgels aren't super strong. Like, look at the damage. Like, that's not a ton more than what I would be able to have at this point as a weapon. I can sell that for, like, yeah, 5k easy, though. It's funny. This isn't particularly special, but, like, it just has good resist and hit recovery. This has even better, so, like, yeah, not the best set item to get. I guess I'll keep it. I should keep it, yeah, because if I do run across more set items, right? Another piece of the Arctic furs, right? It would actually be kind of cool. My rogue's level 6, she's just level 6, so it's going to be another level before she can use that. Magic damage I won't run the shape-shifting skills. Why not? That's nice. It's actually quite nice. Yeah, sure, that's cool. I dig. So I guess let's pop more crows. They aren't that big a deal, but it is nice to, for like the bigger groups for a little bit. Shapeshifting skills. That gives me like +1 to everything. Yeah. The spirit wolves give attack and defense to your other summons, which the funny thing in the original game, it's really weird about this because it tells you that they get synergies, but it doesn't tell you what for some reason. It just tells you they get a synergy. I'm just gonna run around and find the waypoint, and we're gonna, because I've been fighting so much crap. It's like Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, like for some reason, in the original game they tell you that they have synergies, but they don't tell you what for some reason. You know, riddle me that. Like the original game is weirdly obtuse about a lot of things that it doesn't really need to be. Like I shouldn't really bother going down here. Like you can kind of tell where the waypoint's gonna be because it generally is not gonna be in little cubbies like where I'm pointing to on the mini map. It'll generally just be out in the open. It's not gonna be in a little cubby. I think sometimes it can be, but it has to be like a big one. So like a little one like that, it won't be. Wow, a lot of stamina shrines, huh? Sheesh. Yeah, like it definitely wouldn't be in there. Alright, yeah. I say it's not gonna be in there, and then I look in the cubbies, but like, you know. I kind of wanted to eat my own words. It would have been funny if I was wrong. But I think generally that's how it is. Alright, so yeah, we'll stick with werewolf for now. Once I get a little further in, I'll probably swap to werebear. Underground passage is going to be fun, isn't it? I hope I don't get a big clunky fetish and a shaman. Stygian dolls. Dang. Should pick up the rings. But I'm going to try to avoid this area. I don't really want to waste too much time killing stuff, so, you know. Rule of thumb with the cave here. Oh my god, the Yetis, they can stun me. That's annoying. And they have a bunch of cold resistance. Oh hey, but they give me something cool. Dang. So yeah, the trick with the cave, I think, is you just kind of want to not, yeah, like, I'm kind of breaking the rule already, but like, just kind of keep going, if that makes sense. Like, you just kind of want to keep following the path. Don't take any offshoots. Try to go as straight as possible if you can help it. Is basically the rule of thumb. Like, that's not it. It's funny because in the other split path it was. Wait, No, maybe that was it. Maybe I'm stupid. I thought I saw like the stupid things that say like, oh yeah, no. Nope, this is just a random lamp. I got tricked. Because remaster graphics look different enough that I kind of thought it was something else. But yeah, you just kind of follow the path. Don't take any offshoots. Like, don't try to go down either, I don't think, generally speaking. Like, I think we're actually... It looks like we're pretty close. Get out of the way! They're blocking the stairs and they're not even in the way. It's just their stupid fat hitbox. Come on, come on, come on. Don't go that way. Definitely go up here. Don't go that way. We're gonna go over here. This might take us to the underground, actually. Yeah, that happens. Sometimes you'll end up finding the underground path, which is kind of unfortunate. But I think that means it should be over here then, hopefully. Because it did not look like the entrance is going to be down. It looks like it's just up. Oof. This is rough. I cannot tell where the fucking way up is. It like blends in so hard. That's so stupid. This is one of the things I hate about the remaster. Like, I cannot tell where the stairs are. It looks like everything else. Holy crap, listen to that fucking apocalypse down there. Like, fuck off. Get away from us. Just die. Alright. Now all I have to do is find the waypoint, the tree, and then we're basically done. Thank God. I'm actually gonna leave because we have a fair bit of stuff anyways. What was I talking about? You know, I think I started talking about the Necromancer way back, and then I just kind of stopped. Because the house became chaos, because it always does when the second I click the record button, everyone's annoying. I swear. Wait! That's not bad. It's a melee weapon. It's 218. This is fast. This is also fast. This is arguably better, but it's also going to be way more expensive. Yeah, speaking of getting interrupted. What was I, what was I talking about? Necromancer. Right, yeah, the summoning. So, this is actually pretty good boots, though. The vanilla Necromancer in this game is very different, I feel like, because his summons aren't just an extension of himself, right? They are, like, their own, they're autonomous and whatnot. To an extent. Like, obviously they hang around you, but, they have their own life pools, they target whatever the fuck they want to target, right? It's fairly unique, and it's definitely, like, kind of a fun part of the game. Yeah, like, I mean, if you don't like that, then you don't like that, I get it. But, oh yeah. But it's definitely, like, one of the more unique things. I'm the kind of person who does, like, I'm a fan of Halo, and I like the AI battles in Halo. That's my favorite things about that game, about this series. So it kind of works out that I also like just watching my summons just beat the hell out of stuff. Man, Cantors? Jesus Christ. I don't know what the rule is for the tree, to be honest. It's like... I think it's kind of used as waypoint logic. It's like the same thing. It's just... It can be anywhere. I think it tends to hang around away from the path. But, there's no, like, hard rule. It can just be kind of anywhere. Just there needs to be a certain amount of room for it, obviously. It's pretty obvious when it shows up, though, because it has its own thing on the map. And also, Treehead Woodfist. Hey, I found the waypoint at least. That's good. That's important, because funny enough, on my other rando run I did that I quit out of, I actually accidentally left before I got the waypoint because I just didn't think about it, and then I'm just sitting like, oh crap, I don't have a waypoint. Riddle me that, Alright, so where... Man, this area is open. Holy moly. Where is this tree gonna be? Because, like, well, dude, I'm gonna end up finding everything but the tree. It's like the opposite of the other time. I found the tree right away in my random run, and that's why I never found a waypoint. Because I just ran around a bunch and just kind of forgot about it. And eventually it's like, oh crap, I left, so I have to go through the cave again. I got a short cave though, so it wasn't even that bad. Because, you know, figures I got a long cave this time. This has just been... I mean, I guess in that sense it's more interesting, because the random run I was doing before was kind of just like... Just going through the motions because it was pretty easy. This is certainly a lot more of a thing. Although, I don't know if it's necessarily more interesting to watch. It will. Diablo 2 is very much one of those games that always starts off slow. It wants to ease you into the game. I mean, fuck, like... The original game is basically, like, free until, like, the end. Like, except for like a couple bosses in normal. Like, it's pretty hard to die in normal difficulty. Hey, you wanna not kill my merc? Fuckheads. Like, I love how the very first thing my ranged merc does is run right up to the strongest fucking monster and just start getting beat to death, and she just stands there. Like, freaking classic. Like, the ranged mercs are usually pretty good about that, but every once in a while they just kind of decide to stand their ground for some reason. Did I do anything? No. Well, I did get a skill, so I'm on my level 9. Ugh. I mean, there's a lot of skills like this in this game. I'm sure I've talked about this. Where like lycanthropy. Like, if you're doing the shape-shifting tree at all, you will always max out lycanthropy, because it is just more life. And life is so important in Diablo, because so much of like everything revolves around not dying. Like, duh, obviously, but like even defensively and offensively is like, because one of the biggest reasons you'll ever die is you will get stun locked to death, because a monster will hit you hard enough that it stuns you, and then they'll just keep stunning you with their hard hits, and you just die. But what makes you get stunned is based on how much health you have. So not only does having more life mean it's, you know, obviously it takes longer to die, but it also means you're not getting stunned as much. So like, it just overall is like better. Is she high enough level? No. Wow. Sure. More life. Did I put a point in anything? I didn't. I just kind of like was like, whatever. Yeah, I'll put a point in lycanthropy. Like 40% life, 65% life. Like, I'm getting like, you know, a pretty big boost from this, despite having not put that many points into it. Wow, damn, Treehead got fooked. Which is good, because Hierophants are kind of annoying because they can heal. I'm actually not sure about how they work totally. They might not be able to heal random monsters. I think they might only be able to heal, like, specifically their kind of minions, but I actually am not sure about that. Let's pick up this Hawk Helm. 2 to Raven versus 3 to Raven. Wonder which one's better. Well, we're almost done. Ah, very good. You know, I always find it funny that you go through all this work to get this scroll that tells you what order to push the things in, but once you get the scroll, you can just click them in any order you want, and eventually you just get it, because you just need to touch, like, you can't get it wrong, right? If you click the wrong one, nothing happens. You just keep clicking till you click the right one, which is kind of a funny thing, because it basically means that, like, well, you know, it's like, why didn't you just do that to begin with? You know what I mean? This is pretty good. I'll take that. I guess I could have given that to the rogue, but like, I kind of like that she has the attacker takes lightning damage, because it's like, if she does start getting smacked, pretty much anything that'll hit her is just gonna die. Which, you know, contrary to popular belief, if everyone else is dead, you're kind of safe. Alright, smack all y'all, get out of here. Ward Dart, that's an exceptional item. I'm surprised. That's an option in the randomizer, but like, I didn't realize like how prevalent that was going to be. I thought it just meant like once items can start dropping as exceptional, they will do it more often, which is what I set it up to be. I didn't realize it was just they'll drop as exceptional like even in normal. I'm in Act 1 normal, I'm getting exceptional items, which is like ridiculous to think of. Alright, Rakanishu. You're dead. I killed him in one hit, so his lightning enchant didn't even do anything. That's awesome. Anyways, yeah, I don't think you even have to look at the scroll, do you? Nope. Oh, it was the full circle too. Look at that. Gothic shield. Double bow, surely not large charm. There's even ancient armor showing up. Oh, griffin headdress! Holy moly! Dude, there's so much stuff showing up. Oh, here's a fun fact about yesterday. I found a glitch. For a big surprise. I've done this a lot of times. I don't know why it happened this time, but I activated the stupid portal, and then I went into a TP, and then when I came back, the portal was like just not active. So I essentially was soft locked because I couldn't do anything, right? Like the stones, the obelisks were touched. It's like all that was done. But like there was no portal to go into, so I had to literally restart the game because I couldn't do anything. Which is kind of a funny thing to happen. Maybe I recorded that part. I'm probably gonna. I think I will upload it just as like a proof, like because it was pretty good. It was fun, but it is funny that happened. I guess that's reason enough to show it off. Anyways, yeah, there you go. Because this has like what? Like basic damage, but look at the cold damage on this. 20 to 30, she one shots everything. That's pretty good.
What you need?
Sure, yeah. Anything else I can really get? All resistances, but I like the shape-shifting skills. I'm pretty sure I turned off O skills, but I think that might not apply to everything because it might randomize specifically because this is probably a thing that can spawn because affixes can spawn on certain things. I think that might just be a thing. I'm not sure if that's auto magic or not. Like there's so many weird things like that. 3 to Raven versus all this stuff. 13 to Firewall? What the fuck? If only it wasn't required level 25, I'm just gonna sell it. I don't bother keeping that. That's awesome, though. 13 to Firewall? Because that means that can actually just spawn on stuff, then. Like, that's good to know. Ooh, ghosts. Hey, guys, what's shaking? Good old, Tristram. You gotta appreciate that, like, one of the first things you do in this game is go back to the town from the first game where that's just been completely destroyed. They really do love that shit in Diablo. At least in the Blizzard North era. I feel like Diablo 3 really lost a lot of that edge. Which, maybe you like that it's not quite as, spicy at times, but, I always say that I really do respect that Diablo, the first 2 Diablo games are really, like, committed to their thing. Like, hell, Diablo 1 is even more like that than this game. When you think about how, like, one of the first side quests you can get in Diablo 1 is a dude who is, like, literally cleaving villagers with a butcher knife. And, like, you can talk to, Farnham, who just, like, has, like, a freaking complete, like, mental breakdown, just, like, combination panic attack. Just being asked about the butcher. It's a good moment, 3 to Corpse drain life, though. Corpse Explosion is a good skill, though. I mean, I'll keep it, because... Whoa! Whoa! It's random? Whoa! That's so cool! It looks janky as hell, but that's cool. Now, that's not something I was expecting to see. Anyways, yeah, we're going to talk to Cain. And now we don't have to worry about identify potion or scrolls anymore. Thank God. We'll keep you. I'm going to put the set items in here, because there's a good chance I probably won't get to see too much use out of them, depending on how it goes down. But, yeah, we'll see. When I fled the monastery, I dropped my hammer. Yeah, I think that'll be it for this part. I don't think. I mean, I could maybe find something better to buy, but it'll be fine. What a absolutely chaotic part this has been, though. Like, holy crap. The hardest Den of Evil I've ever had. Yeah, that'll be it for this part. See you guys later.